Hello and welcome everybody to another Rise of Kingdoms video. This is Dragothian here, and today I have got enough sculptures to expertise Cleopatra. That's right, Cleopatra. She is a little bit of help in a bunch of different places, but her main role is obviously as a gatherer. And being one of the first legendary gatherers that you can get in the game, I wanted to showcase what that looks like, obviously, because it took me roughly a year to do. Got that obviously through getting her commander sculptures through the tavern with the gold keys, and then also winning strategic reserve event after event after event. And when I say winning, never fully winning, right? But, getting in the places where you can get 20, 30, 40 sculptures every single time. So eventually those stack up alongside of the sculptures again that you get from the gold keys, and eventually this will happen and you'll be able to max out Cleopatra. So Cleopatra, again, very, very good at gathering. She gives you quite a few bonuses to do just that. Her second skill, End of Ptolemy, it's a speed bonus to stone specifically, but then also to all the other resources as well. If you want to go and check out the gathering talent guide that I put out, I want to say it was about a week ago or so, you could go and check that out, and that'll give you the talent tree, which is basically this one. And if you want to maximize that, at least level 40 is where you want to be at to do that. So I want you to make sure that you understand what you should be using her for specifically. She is a gatherer, okay? Let's not beat around the bush. However, you can use her on the battlefield. She has skills that do help on the battlefield. Now, not necessarily as a primary, although you could use her that way using the support tree and the integration tree. However, usually as a secondary would be my recommendation, and something along the lines of having a Joan with Cleopatra, especially early on in the game. Not too bad to have a gatherer that buffs like crazy. And then also, as a second for Joan, who also does buffs of her own, having AoE buffs from one group is very nice. The problem is they tend to go down fairly quick unless you use the right types of troops. Do not send out Joan and Cleo with nothing but siege unless that's all you've got left, because that group will go down quickly and you're just feeding kills to the opponent and not really benefiting from all that buffing that you're trying to do. So first, we're going to go through the skills really quick. I'm going to kind of make this a little bit of a mastery guide just because I am expertising her. But again, being Cleo is really mainly 90% used as a gatherer. I'm not really going to have a full mastery workup because you're not really using Cleo on the battlefield like that. Okay, so quickly going through the skills here. Queen of Kings. Again, this is her battlefield skill. And this is a skill that's very nice to have. It does a heal, a 400 healing factor heal, but it's an AoE heal, so healing multiple armies around her, and then also providing a defense buff of 15% for 2 seconds, which is not too much, but again, if you think about it, Ethelfled's debuff is 2 seconds as well. So if you stack those two back to back, you have 2 seconds of debuff, 2 seconds of buff, and if you have a support tree running in the background, that rage regeneration engine can kick in, and hopefully you can be popping out those 2 seconds each of each buff really, really quickly. Same thing with Joan, however, she's got a 5-second buff. So very nice to have if you have that in combination with the Cleo. Her second, third, and fourth skills are all related to mining, or when I say mining, gathering, or what you're doing while you're gathering, which is what you're inside of a resource tile or resource node. So the second skill, again, we just went over it. Stone 30% increase gathering speed. All the other resources 20%. That's very nice. Load bonus of 50%. That's huge, especially when you're trying to plunder cities. So if you want to get them, there's an achievement that you can get when you're plundering a city if you've got a big enough army capacity. You can use Cleo, and I believe it's Gaius as well, and that the load bonuses together allow you to achieve that achievement, if that makes sense. So you can get that achievement. I think it gives you a nice little reward there too if you get it, so a really nice thing to have. But otherwise, just this load bonus by itself, really it's just a matter of using it for plundering cities in general, or for your resource node, your alliance resource node. Having as much load available as possible is very, very nice. And then finally, the last one. This is like the gathering tile battlefield kind of thing, but really you should not be battling with siege. I think we made that very apparent in quite a few of our videos. And if you are, it's not the worst thing in the world if you've got Cleo, because she gives a 50% attack and defense bonus when gathering at resource points on the map. And that's any resource point. Obviously, you cannot be attacked at your alliance resource node, so it doesn't apply there, but any other resource node on the map, you obviously can be attacked if you're in a kingdom that allows that, which is not the best thing in the world, but that's here nor there. That's not what this video is about. That being said, so if you are inside of a resource node, you'll have a 50% attack and defense bonus, which is very nice if you are full siege. Now, again, I have heard of people, and I just actually got this message the other day too, where they were using Cleo with another siege bonus type commander. I believe it's the other gathering commander as well, and did some pretty good damage against a farm killing duo, like a double C Mina or whatever, and they actually won. So it's just a matter of what you're going up against. If you've got, first off, you shouldn't be farming with a full army, because you're going to fill your hospital up really quickly. But if you are with Cleo, it's not the worst thing in the world, but still I would say don't do that. This is kind of a meh skill, because you're going to die either way, in my opinion, if the farm killer knows what they're doing. And then finally, the expertise. Again, Cleopatra, and this is why we're going to be expertising her on the video. Cleopatra receives additional resource packs after she has finished gathering at resource points on the map. That's pretty sweet. The whole point of gathering is to get as many resources as possible, and this skill allows you to do that even better. So this is great. So obviously, if you want to use her at her best, you want to put her on a stone resource tile, because she's going to gather 10% faster than the other resources from this second skill. And again, you're going to get extra resource packs. Stone is very, very important for training not only cavalry but also archers, and stone is used to some extent with siege as well, although really your heavy hitters are cav and archers for stone. Infantry uses food and wood. So put her on a stone node and you will be very, very happy. Now, since I got enough sculptures to expertise her, I ended up unlocking another full one from a gold chest that I opened yesterday. That being said, we have just enough to go ahead and expertise her and then some, so let's go ahead and do that. There's that last skill. Now we can unlock this expertise and get some extra gathering rewards, which why not? This is always fun. Gifts of the Nile. This is where you get the extra resource packs when you finish gathering on the map. All right, she is now a legendary expertise commander. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 legendary commanders expertise. Now, obviously, this is not a commander that you use on the battlefield every day, but I certainly use her every day as I'm gathering, because we need as many resources as possible to have available for KVK. KVK is supposed to be coming up next month, so we need to be gathering as much as possible, as fast as possible. I'm using her alongside of all of her gathering friends to get as many resources as I can from my main account, and then all my other farm accounts I've got going 24/7, farming nonstop and transferring those resources over before KVK starts. So that's the plan, that's the agenda, that's the goal. I really think that now that I've got her maxed out, that's going to help even more. And again, even a free-to-play can max out Cleopatra, even though she's legendary. It just takes a little bit longer. I haven't really focused on her. I certainly haven't put any universal sculptures into her, but it took me about a year, roughly a year, to max her out by not really going after her that hard on the strategic reserve events. If you do go after her on the strategic reserve events, it might take you half a year instead of a year, depending on who you are fighting against on your kingdom. But again, I mean, I've gotten pretty lucky with her gold keys as well, getting her on gold keys quite a bit. And then again, just getting 20, 30, 40 sculptures at a time every time the strategic reserve event pops. So I would also say that I should, and have not really done so, I should start putting some gathering speed equipment on her as well. That's something I haven't really thought of. Because I've been trying to gear out my battle commanders with the stuff. But if you'll take a peek, so for instance, let's see, where's the ones that have, I know there's some one that have gathering bonuses too. I think it's YSG. I think I have them on YSG. Yeah, the sturdy boots, gathering speed 1%. There's some other ones too that have some pretty decent. I think maybe Genghis. Oh, I put it all in Saladin. Cav. Yeah, there's a couple of them if you go into the equipment. There's a few of them that do give you gathering speed bonuses, and that would be a good thing to put on your gatherers as well. So anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here. I think that overall, pairing up wise on the battlefield, if you want to do so, put her as a second to Joan or to Ethelfled as a buff group, but please try and make sure to use normal troops. Do not just throw her in with a bunch of siege, because the troops are going to die too fast. If you're going to use her on the battlefield, that's a good way to do it. Especially early game, it's not too bad because those buffs make a big difference early game. And then certainly end game as well, although you may, if you're in the 30+ million range, 25 million range plus, you may just be better off having a 5th army group that does nuke damage. You probably will help affect the battle more just by causing more damage than buffing 5 or 6 other players. So it's really up to you, but you can do it. That being said, let's go and wrap it up here. Cheers. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see y'all next time.